The most dangerous moment in a relationship isn't when she's yelling. It's when she becomes quiet, when the arguments stop, when her reactions fade, when she no longer cares enough to explain how she feels. You think it's peace, but psychologically, it's the sound of something breaking where you can't see it. Because when a woman stops fighting, she's not calm. She's gone. Not physically, not yet, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. She's already walking away. The truth is harsh. A woman argues when she still believes the relationship can be saved. Anger means attachment. Complaints mean hope. Frustration means effort. But silence? Silence is surrender. Silence is the mind shutting down the emotional investment that once kept her fighting for you. In psychology, this shift is called emotional withdrawal. And once it begins, it rarely reverses without deep change. At first, you'll notice she stops explaining her feelings. Not because she doesn't have them, but because she has repeated herself so many times that the words feel empty now. She's tired of being misunderstood. Her nervous system shuts down to protect her from further disappointment. This is the biological freeze response. Not flight, not fight, freeze. A survival mode where her heart chooses numbness over pain. Then her tone changes. Not sharp, not angry, just flat. She doesn't raise her voice because she no longer thinks it's worth the energy. That emotional flatness is one of the strongest predictors of a relationship ending. It means her mind is detaching from the outcome, preparing to live without you long before she physically leaves. And slowly, she stops correcting you. She stops asking for effort. She stops pointing out what's hurting her. This isn't acceptance. It's resignation. Emotional shutdown happens when a woman feels unseen for too long, when she feels like her feelings were treated as an inconvenience. Her silence becomes the language she speaks when words have failed her. But here's the part most men never realize. She didn't become cold overnight. The coldness is the final stage of a long emotional decline. Before she stopped arguing, she tried, quietly, repeatedly, softly at first, then urgently, then desperately. She tried to communicate, to connect, to bring life back into the relationship. And every time she felt ignored or dismissed, a small part of her detached to protect what was left of her self-worth. By the time you see the silence, she has already grieved the relationship in private. She has cried in moments you never noticed. She has lowered her expectations piece by piece. She has slowly rewritten her emotional identity without you in it. So when she stops arguing, it isn't a warning sign. It's a conclusion. But here's the deeper truth psychology reveals. Her silence is not hatred. It's exhaustion. Emotional systems shut down when they're pushed past their capacity. She isn't being dramatic. She isn't punishing you. Her body has literally run out of emotional energy to fight for something that doesn't feel safe anymore. And once that shutdown occurs, rebuilding her trust requires more than promises. It requires consistency, emotional presence, and accountability. A woman doesn't stop arguing because she stopped loving you. She stops arguing because loving you started to feel like losing herself. And the moment she chooses peace over connection, the relationship is already standing in its final stretch. But the story doesn't have to end there. Because the moment you start listening, the moment you make her feel seen instead of silenced, the moment you show effort instead of defensiveness, you give her nervous system permission to soften again. Her heart isn't closed. It's guarded. There's a difference. So when she stops arguing, don't celebrate the quiet. Decode it. Because silence doesn't mean everything is fine. Silence means she's been hurting for so long that she finally stopped trying to be heard. And if you understand that, you won't lose her to the quiet. You'll save her from it.